Hello, everyone. It's Arden here from B Coaching and Consulting again, and I am the director of marketing at B Coaching and Consulting. I am also the marketing coach. So we will be, I'm just going to continue to share with you some marketing things here in school, but also I will be taking on coaching students, one-on-one coaching students in middle of April. And my group coaching will start in May, the 1st of May. So one-on-one coaching is basically tailored to your needs. Group coaching will be a 6-week program, and we're going to walk through some how to develop your own marketing plan, a strategic marketing plan based on what my folks need in that class. So let's jump into this today, though. So what I'm talking about today is if you follow basketball in any way, shape, or form, you have heard of a team called the North Carolina Tar Heels. Dean Smith put us on the map. Roy Williams helped put us on the map, kept us on the map. And we've had some ebbs and flows with coaches in between that. Now, the latest coach was just let go based on the results. But when you look at his results, he was undefeated at home this year. He went to the Final Four his first year coaching. He went to the championship game. He in 2024 he had a team that won the ACC regular season. He had all of these like anywhere else or generally in North Carolina, that would have been okay, right? Like that would have been enough to keep going. But the other results that the administration decided they didn't like is the past 2 years they didn't get out of the round of 64. Last year they almost missed the tournament. They blew a 19-point lead this time. There's been ebbs and flows with the team. So the administration decided to move in another direction with basketball. The reason I'm saying this is even though Coach Davis, we all know, is this great man, great for the program that aligned with the old way of Carolina and the old way of basketball, or the way the Carolina basketball ran, it was not in line with what the current administration wanted. Now, I say that you don't have to be a basketball fan to be into this, but I say that because you may be actually producing results. You may, as a realtor, you may be selling homes. You may be um, killing it in the med spa space, and you're booked up all the time with with low price Botox or something, but you're not getting the ongoing regular clients. You're in sales, but you're constantly selling. You're not reaching the ideal client that you want to reach. And so you're working too much, or you're not getting the results you want. You're getting winning results, but they're not results it doesn't result in anything, right? Like it doesn't result in, you may be making a lot of sales, but they're $5 sales. They're not $5,000 sales. So, and if that's what you want, I'm going to go over, I'm going to share my entire screen. We're going to share screen. I am going to go into what my entire form of marketing is based on. And that is the Definita method that I created. I had a company called Definita Publicity, but the Definita method helps you determine your sellable story. Now, story is based on 5 parts: character, setting, plot, crisis, and resolution. I was an English major. So those 5 things. In this methodology, the setting doesn't matter and crisis should be avoided. This will help you avoid crisis. But we're going to talk first about the first thing. In the next couple of weeks, we'll talk about your objectives and your resolution and all that. But right now, we're just talking about target audience and how to do that. Because without your target audience, you don't have the right objectives for your marketing or PR. And generally, most of you, if you're on this call, you kind of know the problem that you solve, but we'll get into that later. But right now, I just want us to see that the target audience and the key to that is so important. How do you determine that target audience? So we're going to go over this. I've actually decided, I told you we're going to be getting really clear over the next few weeks in my teachings. First, we got to get clear on target audience. Okay. So, stop share. Target audience. How do you determine your target audience? Your perfect target audience. The first thing I want you to, this is kind of an exercise I take people through. I want you to just close your eyes and think about that perfect person you've worked with in the past. You've worked with at least one that you're like, I love when she walks in. I love when he places an order. I love how she shares whatever. Okay. I want you to think about that. And then I want you to describe him or her. Just write it down. Write down what they look like. Write down, I mean, literally, how old are they? What color is their hair? Is their hair colored or not? How do they wear their hair? Are they prone to wear baseball caps and no makeup because they want natural light on their skin? Or are they prone to being made up all the time and they're always in designer clothes? Or are they a little bit of mix of both? So think about it from the outside. What does that person look like? Where does that person shop? Does that person shop at the Kate Spade outlet or at Kate Spade? Or is Kate Spade too high end or too low end for them? Think about that person. And if you're not here, if you're watching this later, and if you're watching this on Instagram later, put it in the comments. Think about it. Write it down. Who is that? What does he or she wear? Right? What does she do? Then next, what does he or she do? What is their favorite thing to do? What is their activity? Write those things down. All of these things. Then think about, how do they spend their money? When you look at their bank bill or their credit card bill, where's that money going? Where's that money? Is it aligned with anything in particular? Because where they're spending their money is telling you where their heart and value is. Okay. Start to think about all of those things, because all of those things, that ideal person, that person that you loved working with that one time or multiple times. It's the customer that comes in all the time. For realtors, it's the person that refers you all the time. For mortgage lenders, it's that great realtor that you're going after or that referral partner. It's the person that's constantly your cheerleader. What do they like? What do they do? Start to think about that, because once you start to think about that, then you start to think about, how can I market to them? Because now that I know who they are and what they look like and where they shop and how much money they have and where they spend their money, then I start to think about, what does their family dynamic look like? Where are they in their work phase? I start to think about all of these things. And then I can, when I'm writing it down, I can go, well, how does that person get their information? Do they get it through, are they signed up for text messages on a regular basis? Are they emphatic about checking their email? Are they only on Instagram? Are they only on Facebook? Are they only on LinkedIn? Are they podcast consumers? Where are people getting their information? I like to call it, when I'm thinking about your target audience, where's your target audience hanging out from a digital space? Because that's where you're going to start to market to them. And we'll get into that next week. We're going to start to talk about, but until you know who they are, really know who they are, you cannot fully work with them. So you get to decide that. If you're just random Joe Schmo on the street, you don't always get to decide who you work with. But you, my ideal client who I'm talking to right now, you get to decide who you work with once you get to a certain phase, or heck, even now. So think about who that person is, what they like, come back to this video, make comments, and then we're going to get into how you market them. But you can't know who they are. So I'm going to tell you who I like to work with. I generally enjoy working with people that show up on time and show up to 95% of our coaching sessions, that they don't have to cancel anything. their time working on marketing is so valuable to them that they will make sure that they don't schedule anything else. Now, I also work with clients that hand everything off to me, so they don't have to show up for every phone call. It's my job. But when I'm coaching, when I'm teaching you how to take the steps to be your own marketing professional, I need you to show up. I need you to show up on time. I need you to be in front of a laptop or your phone with notes. I need you not to be in a car. That's what I need to be my best for you. Because otherwise, if you're driving right now, you can't write down the stuff that I need you to write down, and I need you to write it down. That's who I like to work with. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Clearly, I give off as much masculine energy as I give off feminine energy, so I can kind of vacillate back and forth. I like to use big words. So if you like grammar, if you like words, I like you, but you don't have to like words or grammar. Um, I like to work with people who are willing to do the work. You're willing to sit down, and if I give you a task, you're going to do it. Because otherwise, let's be honest, I feel bad. I'm like, I'm still going to take your money. I'm still going to take all the things, but you're not going to get the results. And I want you getting the results. So I like hustlers. I like people who will take time out for themselves. I like people that follow direction. And I like people who are so overwhelmed that they just want one answer at a time. Because that's what I help you do. Because right now you feel like this. If you're my ideal customer, you feel like this. It's all over the place and spatting out all the time. However, you need someone who knows exactly where you've been, who's been in that space, who knows how to find your brand and knows how to get you into the best space possible. That's me. So that's what I want you to do today. I want you to decide who is your ideal client and bring it back. I'll be back here next week, Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to get into it. And if you're not able to watch live, give me comments at the bottom. And if nobody comments, I'm just going to keep teaching because someone out there is getting stuff. And that's the most important thing. I like when people show up, so I'm going to show up for you. All right, thanks guys. That's my time and I will see you again soon. Bye.